The Christmas lights that wouldn't stop blinking. The Martinez family loved Christmas lights. Every year, they covered their entire house with thousands and thousands of twinkling lights, on the roof, on the bushes, around every window, and even on the front lawn. This year, Dad bought a special new set of Super Twinkling Deluxe Christmas lights that promised to be the most spectacular light display you've ever seen. It wasn't wrong. The moment Dad plugged in the new lights, they started blinking so fast and so brightly that they could be seen from space. The lights blinked red, then green, then blue, then gold, then about 17 other colors that didn't even have names. "Wow," said 8-year-old Carlos. "They're really, really intense," suggested his sister Maria, squinting at the house. "I was going to say, blinding," said Carlos. The lights were indeed spectacular, but they had one tiny problem: they wouldn't stop blinking. Ever. Dad tried turning them off, but they kept blinking. He unplugged them, but somehow they kept blinking anyway. He even tried cutting the power to the entire house, but the lights kept right on blinking. By the second day, the neighbors were getting annoyed. Mrs. Chen from next door came over wearing sunglasses. "I don't mean to complain," she said politely, "but your Christmas lights are so bright that I can't sleep. Even with my blackout curtains closed, my bedroom looks like a disco." Mr. Rodriguez from across the street was more direct. "Your house is so bright that my rooster thinks it's daytime at night and won't stop crowing." But the strangest complaint came from the airport. Apparently, the Martinez house was so bright that pilots were using it as a navigation beacon, and air traffic control was getting confused. "We have to do something," said Mom. "The lights are beautiful, but they're causing chaos." That night, Maria had an idea. "What if we can't turn them off because they don't want to be turned off? What if they're trying to tell us something?" The family stood in their yard and watched the blinking pattern carefully. After a while, Carlos noticed something. "Look! They're not just blinking randomly. There's a pattern." He was right. The lights were blinking in a very specific sequence: 3 short blinks, 3 long blinks, 3 short blinks. "That's SOS," exclaimed Dad. "The lights are sending a distress signal." Maria ran inside and got a flashlight. She pointed it at the lights and blinked back. "What's wrong?" The Christmas lights responded by spelling out a message across the entire house: "Help! We're homesick." The family looked at each other in amazement. "Homesick?" asked Mom. More words appeared in blinking lights: "We want to go back to the North Pole." It turned out that the Super Twinkling Deluxe Christmas lights were made by elves using North Pole magic, and they missed home. They had been blinking so frantically because they were trying to signal Santa to come and get them. The Martinez family felt terrible for the homesick lights. That night, they left milk and cookies on the roof along with a note explaining the situation. Sure enough, Santa came by around midnight and had a long conversation with the lights, in blink language, which he spoke fluently. In the end, he agreed to take half the lights back to the North Pole and leave half with the Martinez family. The remaining lights were so grateful that they promised to blink at a reasonable speed and only in the evening. And every Christmas Eve, the lights spelled "Thank you" in beautiful, gentle colors that made the whole neighborhood feel warm and happy. The Martinez house still has the most beautiful Christmas lights display in town. It's just a little more considerate of the neighbors and roosters. The end.